So if you've been overthinking your teeth, you're in the right place. So one of the biggest questions that people ask me is this: should I get dentures or implants, or should I even get both? So I think sometimes when you turn the television on, a lot of what you see is the all-in floors, the implants. You have people that have completely blown out mouths, so like all of their teeth have cavities on them. There's some that are missing and things like that. So you may see patients that actually have like a full restoration of their smile. And honestly, I can see how a decision like that can be really overwhelming, and it can really feel heavy. Like, like what should I do? Especially when you've been out of a dental chair for so long, it could really just feel like, man, this is crazy. Like a complete mouth overhaul, and then it just costs so much. So it's easy to start researching online, and everybody seems to say something different. Some people say that dentures are terrible, and others say that, implants are the only way to go. And somewhere in the middle, most people are actually just trying to just figure it out and actually see what makes sense for them. And I think that's probably the most important thing that you can do when making the decision about your oral health or any type of decision. What works well for you? We're around so much social media and all the other things and just information overload. So I think a lot of times people just choose what everybody else is choosing and just go with these trends. So today, like always, I want to slow things down and let's talk honestly about implants, dentures, and why sometimes the best answer may actually be both. Okay, let me set up for this. All right, at the simplest forms, dentures actually are a prosthesis that sits on your gums. Implants are anchored in the bone. That's it. Nothing changes. That's the difference. Dentures are removable. Implants are actually fixed into your jawbone. Whether it be your maxilla, which is your upper bone here, or your mandible, which is your lower jawbone there. Implants actually act more like the replacement of the roots of the teeth. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that implants are better for every person. And really, that's where people really get confused, because the best treatment is not always the most expensive treatment. The best treatment isn't always what everybody else is doing. The best treatment is the one that fits your mouth, your health, your goals, and your lifestyle. Okay, let me back up a little bit and explain it like this. Dentures are like furniture sitting in the floor at your house. They can aptly serve their purpose. They can look good. They can function well, but they rest on the top of the surface or on your floor. Implants are different. Implants are like posts anchored into the ground to hold the furniture to the actual foundation. They create like stability from underneath. So I'm thinking about maybe what's something that could be anchored to the ground? I don't know. But regardless of that, think of it like that. Something is actually anchored to the ground, which makes it more secure. And because implants feel more secure, they really help with chewing, and they're really, really good for the lower jaw or the lower denture. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Now, dentures still help many people. And I think the internet sometimes forgets that. Dentures restore smiles, improve confidence, and actually help people with eating and speech. But I think because of all of the trends, a lot of people, kind of lean more to implants. It's the flashier thing. It's the Cadillac. And for some people, they are the most realistic option if you have financial struggles. There's no shame in dentures. I mean, absolutely no shame at all. But dentures do require adjustments. Dentures do come out, especially the lower dentures. And that's where the patience and expectations really matter. Because if you go in knowing that, you'll be able to tailor your whole world around the information that you know, right? Now, implants offer a different experience. They're more stable, they're more retentive, meaning they stay in, and there's less movement. And for many people that I encounter, this actually improves their confidence dramatically, because there are times when dentures can dislodge or come out. But remember this, implants also require healthy bone, healthy healing time, financial investment, and maintenance. So it's not just like, I'm going to get implants and I'll never have to see a dentist again. That's not the case. Implants can fail, implants can break, the prosthesis can break that the implants are attached to. So maintenance is required. And really, that's important to know. Implant maintenance is not free maintenance. You still have to care for them. And what I always tell patients sometimes is, I understand that you want implants, but if your teeth are failing now, you're going to have to take care of these teeth, or take care of these implants, better than you've taken care of your teeth, because they can fail and they can dislodge. Implants are not the one-all be-all. Now, here's something that many people don't realize. Sometimes the solution is actually both implants and dentures. And I talked about that earlier with the all-on-fours example. Some patients, for example, get implants placed to help stabilize a lower denture. We call this an overdenture, especially the lower dentures. So sometimes patients can have either 2 implants here in the front, or 4, so they have some towards the back, and then 2 up here on the front. So 2 in the back, 2 in the front. And this actually helps to improve the retention of a denture tremendously. So they don't have single implants in every single tooth space. They have them kind of spread throughout your lower jaw or your upper jaw, and it's actually helpful for the dentures to actually stay in a whole lot better and be more retentive. So sometimes it's not just the denture or implants. Sometimes it's the denture supported by implants. And that can really be life-changing for the right patient. The word, the right patient, though, because implants are for everyone. So let me ask you this. If money were not a part of the conversation, would you choose dentures, implants, or both? I want you to comment below, dentures or implants or both. I read that, and it really helps me to keep going with all of these videos that I'm doing right now. Now let's talk honestly. These decisions are not just clinical decisions. They're personal decisions, right? Some people want the most stable option possible. And if that's you, maybe implants are the way to go. There are other people that may want something that's more practical and affordable. And if that's you, that may mean that you need a denture. But the other thing that's happening in the background, some people are medically limited to what they can have. Some people want a simple smile and just to feel confident again. And all of these reasons are valid. The goal is not perfection, y'all. The goal is just helping you function, smile, and live a better quality of life. And teeth do that. I've seen it time and time again. So here's what matters most. Understanding your options before making decisions. Not rushing. Not comparing yourself to somebody on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anybody online. We're not doing that. We're not comparing ourselves. And I want you not to feel embarrassed about asking questions. I'm one of your advocates. You can ask me questions down below in the comments. Perfectly fine with that. If it's a really good question that I feel like will help a lot of people, I may make a video about it. But I will answer your questions in the comments. The main reason why I made this channel is because I didn't want dentistry to feel confusing. I don't want you to be out there dangling in the wind. You deserve clarity. And that's why I'm here. That's why I created this channel, period, point blank, for clarity. So let's recap. Dentures sit on the gum, implants anchor into the bone. Both can help you, just depends on your case. But sometimes the best solution can be the combination of both. And if you're trying to understand what happens after tooth loss, I want you guys to watch this video because there are changes in the mouth that most people never hear about, never think about. Again, I'm Ken the Dentist. It's been an honor. You guys be blessed. Talk to you real soon. I'm praying for you, man. It'll work out.